Welcome to Week 7 of Aycorp Sports Baseball Breakdown. Risco versus Holcomb. Holcomb's Keaton Cunningham singles on a line drive. Bryce McNabb hits a ground ball and singles on an error by shortstop Landon Baker to give the Hornets a 1-0 lead. Christian Lewis singles on a ground ball to Baker. Sam Jacobs scores on a throwing error by Baker to give Holcomb a 3-0 lead. Risco catcher Sammy Smith catches Lewis stealing second base. Caden Carlisle singles to left field. Landon Baker doubles on a fly ball to right fielder Bladen Joyner. Carlisle scores to make it 3-1. Kason Quijado hits a ground ball and reaches on an error by first baseman Nate Lewis. Lewis scores on the play to make it a 7-1 lead for Holcomb. Caden Carlisle draws a walk in the bottom of the third inning. Risco's Landon Baker lines into a double play. Bryce McNabb hits a ground ball to third baseman Kyle Albritton. McNabb reaches on an error and Keaton Cunningham makes it home to extend the Holcomb lead 8-1. Jackson Pickey draws the walk to make it a 9-1 Holcomb lead. Trey Moody walks to give Holcomb a 12-1 lead. Keaton Cunningham flies out to center fielder CJ Blankenship. Quijado scores after tagging up to make it a 13-1 lead for the Holcomb Hornets. Bryce McNabb strikes out Eli Rogers to give Holcomb Hornets the 14-1 victory against the Risco Tigers after 5 innings. Bryce McNabb pitched the complete game and finished with 11 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 3 hits.
The Risco Lady Tigers versus the East Prairie Lady Eagles. 2 on and 1 out in the top of the first. Alter singles on a fly ball to left field. Dunn scores on the throw, and it's 1-0 Lady Eagles. After Marshall gets hit by a pitch, Wilson grounds out to third base, and Jackson scores on the fielder's choice. Bottom of the first, Wilson walks the first 2 batters. Jalen Presley steps up to the plate and smashes a line drive to right field. She's going to go in sliding with a triple, and we're tied 2-2. Next batter, Carlisle flies out to the catcher. Nobody covering home, and Jalen Presley takes advantage. Risco up 3-2. Collier up to bat with 1 out. She grounds out to second, and East Prairie tries to turn the double play, but Collier beats it out. Avery Presley scores from third. It's 4-2 Risco. Top of the second now, Miller singles to left and advances to second on the throw. 1 on with 2 out. Next batter, Dunn doubles on a line drive to left field. Miller scores. East Prairie would pick up 2 more runs in the second to take the lead 5-4. Tie game in the bottom of the third, and Natalie Collier says, "Not for long." She blasts this ball to center field, and she'll touch them all, giving the Lady Tigers the lead in the third, 7-6. Next batter, JC Thompson steps in, and she says, "Oh yeah, Natalie, I can do that too." Thompson with the solo shot to center, and the Lady Tigers go back-to-back and lead 8-6. In the bottom of the fifth now, Risco leading 11-9. Jalen Presley steps in and hits a fly ball to right. It gets past the right fielder. 3 are going to score, and it's now 14-9 Risco. On to the top of the 7th now, 2 on, 2 out. Risco leading 18-10, and Presley trying to finish this one. She gets alters to ground out to first to end the game. Your final from Risco, the Lady Tigers 18, the East Prairie Lady Eagles 10.
Holcomb versus Kennett. McCaddy singles on a ground ball to left fielder Kay Sweeney. Tinnen singles on a ground ball to left field to bring in McCaddy and L. Barton home. Kennett leads 2-0. Kay McCage singles to left field. Payne scores on the play to give Kennett a 4-0 lead. McCaddy hits a grand slam to left field. Kennett leads 8-0. McCaddy strikes out Lemmings in the bottom of the 1st. Elliott singles on a line drive to center fielder L. Wallace. Hawkins Gurley hits an inside the park home run to make it 8-2. Raspberry singles on a fly ball to right field. Bodkin scores on the play, and Raspberry and McCage advance to second and third. Kennett leads 9-2. Payne homers to left center field to give Kennett a 15-2 lead in the top of the 3rd inning. By the end of the game, the Lady Indians defeated the Holcomb Hornets 22-6 in 4 innings due to the 15-run rule.
The East Prairie Eagles versus the Portageville Bulldogs. Winfield White on the mound for the Eagles, and Aaron Dunlap hits a ground ball to shortstop Jernigan. Dunlap reaches on the air. With 1 out in the bottom of the 1st, runners on 2nd and 3rd, Bradley hits a fly ball to left. Dunlap scores. It's 1-0 Bulldogs. Bottom of the 2nd now, 2-1, nobody out. Houston Parton singles on a ground ball to the second baseman. Next batter, Xavier Bogon hits a sacrifice fly to right, scoring Jaquan Bogon. And the Bulldogs add another run. It's 3-0 Portageville. Top of the 3rd, and Parton, he walks the bases loaded. Noah Johnson rips a line drive to left, and the Eagles are on the board. It's 3-1. Next batter, Newton singles on a ground ball to left. Parsons scores. Jernigan scores. Johnson advances to second, and we're tied in the top of the 3rd. The Eagles would scratch one more run across in the top of the 3rd to take a 4-3 lead. Bottom of the 3rd now, and Warren doubles to left. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out. Next batter, Johnson grounds out to short. Bradley scores. We're tied 4-4. We're in the top of the 7th now. Bulldogs leading 8-4. Runner on 2nd, nobody out. Henderson hits a line drive to center, and Aaron Dunlap is going to make a play, firing a rocket to 2nd to get the double play. 2 outs in the inning. Jarvis singles on a line drive to center. Next batter, Jernigan draws a walk. There's 2 on and 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Two on and 2 out for Eagles third baseman Noah Johnson. and he wants to make this game interesting for the Bulldogs fans. Deep drive to left. That ball is gone. A 3-run shot, and it's now 9-7 in the top of the 7th. Bulldog, Mason Adams into pitch. He's got a full count on Newton, and Newton goes down swinging to end this one. Your final from Portageville, the Bulldogs 9, the East Prairie Eagles 7. The Poplar Bluff Mules versus the Oran Eagles. Top of the first, the Mules have runners on second and third with 1 out. Good grounds into a fielder's choice to the shortstop Loper. Mules scratch a run, it's 1-0. Hall steals third and scores on an error by catcher Mills. Poplar Bluff takes a 2-0 lead in the top of the second. 1 out now. Greenwall grounds to second, and Bratcher scores from third. The Mules now lead 3-0. Bottom of the third, and the Eagles have the bases loaded with nobody out. Ryland Mills singles on a hard ground ball to left field. 1 run scores, and Oran's on the board 3-1. Next batter, Bryant, hits a sacrifice fly to center field. Berger scores. It's 3-2. Oran scores again as they take an advantage of an error by the Mules pitcher trying to pick off Mills at first. Score tied 3-3 in the third. 1 down in the third, and Dernberger does his job of putting the ball in play. Miller scores, and the Eagles take the lead in the third 4-3. On to the top of the fifth, Oran leading 6-3. Spain singles on a ground ball to right field. Oran pitcher Kern gets his next batter, Dobbs, to strike out looking. After a walk, Kern strikes out to Banneret to go down swinging for out number 2. Hall singles on a hard ground ball to center with 2 on. Spain scores. Settle scores. But Good is gunned down at third by Cincy Boy, with Berger making the nice tag to end the inning. Got him. Bottom of the 6th now, Oran leading 7-5. And Parker Bryant hits an absolute no-doubter. A solo shot to put the Eagles up by another run. It's 8-5. After Carson Kearns hits an infield single, Dernberger steps up to the plate, and he smashes another no-doubter, and the Eagles are soaring. It's 10-5 in the 6th. No in between. Top of the 7th now, and Oran trying to put this one away. They got 2 outs, leading 10-5, and Rolling Hearing gets a Hall to pop up to third for the final out. Just in time. The Oran Eagles defeat the Poplar Bluff Mules 10-5.